Hello and welcome to Lopez Quiz on the road. I'm in Travelodge in Bethnal Green, very close to the venue that I'm performing my tour show tonight. If this is working, if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. That would be super helpful. Because we always have sound problems right at the start. I did remember to unmute myself just as we started the quiz. But welcome, my friends. This is Lopez Quiz. Silly, fun, friendly quiz. Anyone can play. All you need is a pen and paper. You don't have to have great general knowledge. I don't. I just Google all the answers to write this quiz. Great. We got thumbs up and smiles. That's excellent stuff. Who we got ready to play? Who's in the house? Let's check it out. We have teams. Louise is in the house. How are you doing, Louise? -1. Gareth is in Grimsby, of all places. A place you can't spell Grimsby without Grim. It's totally makes sense. Tom Evans is in the house also in team Nearly Got, I'm going to say cookies last night. Let's just call it that. We've got Twitching Curtin made it. I'm so pleased, Storm, that you could clock out of work in time to make the quiz. Ray of Purple Beard is awake and ready to get wrong answers. Hello, Kerry. Welcome. The quarantinis are playing. Bugs Life, ready to quiz. It's a police siren. I might have to close the window. It might get a bit noisy in here otherwise. Here we go. That's going to sound a little bit better and we shouldn't get so many ambulances and police and stuff going past. Bugs Life in the house. Who do we have? I'm just happy for me, to be honest, says Tom. That's all good, man. Good for you. Hey, little quiz friends, let's do this, said Melanie. We got a few people coming to my tour show tonight, so they're not playing the quiz today. I know the Trucker Tuckers are heading to the venue as we speak. If they are tuning in for any reason, just a heads up, the central line, the tube, is a complete mess today, all right? I was crammed in there with my guitar case, my bags. It was a bit of a disaster. I've just about managed to do it. I skipped a couple because it was so full, because there's delays and all kinds of nonsense. But Overloaded Encoders are back and ready to play. Fell out of step with the quiz a bit. That's okay, Jamie. You can wait. We can win it back today. I'm sure you can. Who have we got here? We've got Gobbledygoth with pen, paper, and tea. That's a callback to a question we did a long time ago. That's how Una came up with the team name. One of those nights we need to do this, David, Luke, and Chris. Absolutely, Beverly, get involved. Usually it's on a Saturday, but it's been very difficult for me recently because I'm gigging and stuff again. So haven't been able to do this on Saturday nights like I could in lockdown. This is why we say Lopez Quiz on the road, usually from hotels with terrible Wi-Fi. So I'm using my phone's internet, and hopefully that does the trick. Hello from Stockport, says Sharon. I'm in Stockport again very soon, I believe, supporting John Bishop next month. So I'm excited about that. Hello from Neath. Hello, Helen. Tickets are going very well from Neath. Kerry in Swansea. Excited to be doing the Perch again on Wednesday. If you haven't been down to the Perch, come on down. It's lots of fun. Hello, Craig. You should get a COVID point. Yeah, Craig is isolating currently. Glad you could make it, my friend. Good you're playing. Glad you're playing. You should get a COVID point. Do we give bonus points for people with COVID? Let's vote if you think so. Put it in the comments. Do we give people points if they are isolating and being good citizens? Good to be back. Missed a couple since he moved from a Saturday. Yeah, no, Wayne, I'm sorry that we haven't been able to stick to the schedule, but I've been all over the place. Last night I doubled up in Middlesbrough and what was the name of the other place? Saltburn, which I made a joke about, which I might post a video of later. Who knows? Birmingham calling. I didn't know you lived in Birmingham, Craig. That's cool. Miss you, Tucker, says Louise. I'll let them know later tonight. Central line a mess. I am shocked, says Minty. Right? The tube is always a disaster. You are quite right with that mock shock. Howdy, folks. Let's rock. Phil is in the house and ready to play. Hello from Chatham in Kent. All right, we got lots of people. Nice seeing you in the Isle of Man. Great to hear that, Leslie. Thanks for tuning in. We have got a quiz to crack on with because I've got a tour show to shoot off to immediately in Backyard Comedy Club. So hopefully the slides are going to work. I've been working on this on the train over the weekend as I've been traveling from gig to gig. Hopefully my laptop doesn't pack up. There's a couple of drinking games. If you're sitting there at home drinking, there's a few drinking games you can play. One is, this isn't a tripod from War of the Worlds, by the way. It's just a lamp that doesn't work in the Travelodge, so slide that out of the way. It's kind of like Flight of the Navigator kind of thing, isn't it? I'm gonna put that out of the way. distracting me. So a couple of drinking games. One, if there is a technical glitch of any kind, if I forget to unmute the microphone, which shouldn't be an issue because I'm not cutting to anything else, but if anything goes wrong, if it stutters the internet, have a drink, okay? That's on me. You go for it. If I mention my partner in crime, Michelle, you can also have a drink, and you can also drink every time I drink. Now, when I'm doing this at home, I usually have a nice beer or something with me, or some wine or sangria. This time, or whiskey, I've just got water because I didn't buy anything on the way to the hotel, but I will be having some drinks at the show later on. But you can have a drink every time I take a swig of water. Why not? Doesn't have to be alcohol either. All right, we got some teenagers who play this with their families as well, some kids, and they just down their Coke. Okay, they just down their Coke. That's Coca-Cola, by the way. Oops, my phone is starting to play up. That's a technical glitch. I've got a crack on my screen and it thinks I'm tapping the left-hand corner of it all of the time. So it was trying to delete comments off the feed there, which is frustrating. I just love points, says Tom. Good to know, man. I will purposefully get COVID for the points. People saying no, people saying yes. Louis said no. Storm said yes about giving the bonus points. Craig liked the idea. I'll tell you what, man, it's your first quiz as well. I'm gonna give you one bonus point to start off. All right. Usually I ask what tea is in the hotel as well. That's usually question 0 before we get into the questions. But I haven't actually checked. It's Thai Fu, which is the worst one, if anyone was wondering. Thai Fu is the worst tea, but I didn't ask that this time. Hey man, you go start. Thank you, Wayne. I do appreciate the compliments. But let's crack on with some questions. You know what else is Ula? Questioning Scousers, War of the Worlds. Saw you last night in Middlesbrough. That was a great show. I had really good fun in Middlesbrough. I'm just about recovered from the journey with delays and stuff on the train. Public transport's the worst. Let's do some silly questions, shall we? Let's crack on with the quiz. All right, question 1. There's 10 questions, by the way. I'm going to try and wrap this up in an hour, but we usually finish a couple of minutes late. Question 1 of the quiz. Is it working? Yes, it is. 4 of the 5 tallest buildings in Europe are found in which capital city? Okay, 4 of the tallest buildings in Europe are found in which capital city? All right, so question 1, write it down on your paper. I'm looking for which city, which capital city 4 of the tallest buildings in Europe are found. Bonus, okay, if this is your first time playing the quiz, we measure height in toilet rolls. All right, how many toilet rolls would you need to stack up the height of all 4 buildings combined? It's a lot of toilet rolls. That's at least like half a lockdown's worth of toilet rolls, all right? It's a lot. How many toilet rolls would you need to stack up the height of all 4 buildings combined in that European capital city? So I'm looking for a city and I'm looking for a number. I'm going to give you a margin of error of 1,000 toilet rolls, all right? It's a lot, but it's not that many. Don't overestimate. Some people should be dab hands at this. Some people Google tall buildings before the quiz starts. Do we serve water with a whiskey, says Storm? Hell no, H2O. That is a quote from a film I'm not asking a question about today, which is Coyote Ugly. It's a good movie. It is a mediocre bar. It's a chain. It can be fun. It depends who you go with, isn't it? Is it still working? It seems to be still streaming. I always worry. I like to check because I don't know if it's going to cut out on me at any point. So that's question 1. I'm looking for a city, a capital city, European capital city, and how many toilet rolls would you need to stack up to the height of all 4 buildings, the 4 of the 5 tallest buildings in Europe? Not the first, by the way. The first tallest building in Europe is not in this city, so that might be a clue. 4 of the 5 tallest buildings. All right. Question 2. What popular action figure is technically named after a pigeon? What popular action figure is technically named after a pigeon? Crosses off the million column. Yeah, it's in the thousands, all right? It's in the thousands. Maybe tens of thousands? Who knows? The toilet paper question. I just realized I can see the Shard from here. London is not the capital city I'm looking for. That's a clue for question 1. What popular action figure is technically named after a pigeon? Pop your answer down on your paper. Write it down, and I will give you the answers at the end. Don't worry, you're going to be marking yourselves, so be fair. Don't Google the answers. Not yet. even if you get desperate. And if you don't know the answer to anything, take a wild guess, all right? You never know. You could be correct. Question 3. This is also an arts and crafts challenge. So if you're playing in a team, you might want to pass the pen over to whoever is the most talented artist in your group. All right, question 3. Native to South America, what is the world's largest living rodent? Okay, what is the world's largest living rodent? I thought that I passed it on the way to my hotel, but it was not it. And it's South America we're talking about. Native to South America, what is the world's largest living rodent? Bonus, draw one with your eyes closed. All right, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to do this. Let me get my clock up. 2 minutes to draw the world's largest rodent. Draw it with your eyes closed. You've got 2 minutes starting now. So have a go. Look, it doesn't have to be accurate. You get a point just for attempting the drawing, okay? You get 1 point just for attempting the drawing. 1 for the name of the animal. I'm not looking for its actual name, not like Steve or something like that. What is the name of the type of animal and the largest rodent in the world, native to South America? 1 point for that, 1 point for your drawing, and you get 10 bonus points if you stick it up on Instagram or Twitter, hashtag Lopez Quiz with the caption, found one of these under the fridge. What do I do? The reason I like you posting up on Instagram or Twitter cheers me up when I get back to my hotel after a gig and I'm stuck in, I can just look through pictures and have a laugh. It's good fun. With your eyes closed. Sharon crosses out London. And Gareth is living it up in Grimsby, says Mike. I don't know if that's possible. Oh yes, no answers in the comments, my friends. Jake, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to delete your comment, but my phone is playing up. No answers in the comments. You did spell it wrong anyway, but please don't put answers in the comments. Write them down on paper. We're going to give the answers at the end of the quiz. 10 questions. We're on question 3. You've got about, I think we've passed 2 minutes, but let's give you another 20 seconds just to be sure. This drawing, says Ali. I'm looking forward to seeing it, all right? Post it up on Instagram or Twitter. When I'm giving the answers, I might have a crack at it as well. I'll grab a sheet of paper if I can find one. I've got a notebook here, and I'll try drawing it myself. All right, that is the end of your time. Please put your pens down and then pick them back up again to write the answer to the next question, which is question 4. It's a music question. A solemn biblical expression, a British television show, and the most expensive music video ever made at the time. All right, a solemn biblical expression, a British TV show, and the most expensive music video ever made at the time. I'm looking for 3 words, the title of a 1980 #1 single, and the artist. All right, and your clue is a solemn biblical expression, a British TV show, and the most expensive music video ever made at the time. All right, it's 3 words. And it's a 1980s #1 hit single. Tell me the name of the song and the artist, and you get 2 points. Can't wait to see these drawings. A solemn biblical expression. I didn't know Splinter came from South America, says Kim. Look, that is a very good point, actually. He's got an Asian accent in the movies. I don't know if that's just a case of casting or if he's from South America, but I'm pretty certain. Because otherwise, if he was from South America, he'd probably do capoeira instead of ninjutsu. Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe these are bigger, who knows? A solemn biblical expression, a British TV show, and the most expensive music video ever made at the time. 3 words, name the 1980 #1 hit single and the artist. 2 points. He was raised by a Japanese man. That is a good point, Tom. All right, that it often accents are changed or altered depending on, or they are given to someone based on who they learn the language from. So that is a very good point. He learned his ninjutsu and how to talk from a Japanese dude. But he was very much a rat who was, you know, mutated into a larger species. So he's not, the answer isn't Splinter, okay? I'm not looking for Splinter for the answer about the largest rodent. But if you've drawn Splinter, excellent. Can't wait to see it. Question 5. To which artist does the alter ego Sasha Fierce belong? To which artist does the alter ego Sasha Fierce belong? Bonus, in which year was Sasha revealed? In which year was Sasha revealed? That's question 5. To which artist does the alter ego Sasha Fierce belong? For a bonus point, tell me which year Sasha was revealed. 2 points. Getting the teenager to do the drawing. She's the best artist in the family. Can't wait to see it, Rosalind. But how great an artist is she with her eyes closed? If you're playing the drink along with Ignacio game at home, you might be a bit drunk right now because I've been drinking a lot of this to make sure I'm hydrated for my show. Might want to take half measures. To which artist does the alter ego Sasha Fierce belong? Bonus, in which year was Sasha revealed? That's question 5. Question 6. We're into the sports, ladies and gentlemen. We're flying through this, all right? We started with a bit of general knowledge, as I like to call it, useless trivia. We've done a bit of music, and now we have a sport question. What is Gary and Phil Neville's father's name? All right? What is Gary and Phil Neville's father's name? For 1 point. This is a useful bit of trivia when I give you the answer later on if you didn't know it. You don't even have to be a fan of football. They've also got a famous sister, Gary and Phil, who is a netball champion, I believe. But I don't know her name because I don't follow netball. But if anybody does know, feel free to tell me and I will make sure she's mentioned in the same breath in future. Ali was going to ask me to slow down on the water. Just take it easy at home, all right? Maybe skip the Ignacio Lopez drinking game this time, or do it in half steps. These London quizzes are quite tough, says Steph. I'm just surprised the internet's worked this time. I'm on a higher floor. I did log into the Travelodge Wi-Fi earlier. It was dreadful. I did a check. My phone is 6 times faster than Travelodge Wi-Fi, and my phone's not great. So what does that tell you? It tells you that £3 I paid for Travelodge Wi-Fi was a waste of money. What is Gary and Phil's father's name? Gary and Phil Neville. Question 7, also a sports question, kind of. What is a turkey in bowling? What is a turkey in bowling? For 1 point. Tracy Neville, says Reese. Good to know. So we got Tracy. I will always say her name first. Tracy, Gary, and Phil. Tracy, Gary, and Phil Neville. Gotta be tough in London, for sure. Neither of us can draw, says Sharon. I've gone with a tad Picasso with the face. Greg said Travelodge Wi-Fi is worse than no Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure you're right. It is. I'm using 4G with better signal than the Wi-Fi. Travelodge Wi-Fi slows down your life. What is turkey in bowling? I think the Travelodge Wi-Fi is only marginally worse than a Travelodge breakfast, which is definitely not paying for. I made the mistake of that once in Manchester. Question 8. What Martin Scorsese movie holds the all-time record for F-bombs? We're into the movies, keeping it family friendly, so I'm calling them F-bombs. What Martin Scorsese movie holds the all-time record for F-bombs? All right, don't worry, I'm going to recap all of the questions at the end if you've missed any. It's the hope that kills, says Sharon. We're being very philosophical about Travelodge Wi-Fi right now. Just don't buy it. Don't fall for the trap. Because when you first turn your computer on, it pops up, it connects. It's like, hey, Travelodge Wi-Fi. Do you want to connect for 24 hours, £3? You're like, that's relatively reasonable, right? For what? It's not. They should pay me to use it. Question 8. What Martin Scorsese movie holds the all-time record for F-bombs? And for a bonus point, tell me, how many times is the F word in all of its varied uses total up to in that movie? What Martin Scorsese movie holds the all-time record for F-bombs, and how many times is the F word used in all of those different forms? It's a very versatile word. Really versatile. I'm writing some new material about languages, not swear words, but I'm going to be doing it at the Perch on Wednesday in Swansea. So if you are around, come on down. I've got some stuff to chat about, the Isle of Man, supporting Jason Manford, got some jokes about that. And I've also got some new material about language and some words, specifically the British use of some words, which is going to be really fun. I don't want to spoil it, so come down to Swansea, check it out. What Martin Scorsese movie holds the all-time record for F-bombs? And for a bonus point, how many times? That's question 8. Question 9. And this one, I just came up with a question. This is very simple, but it's just seared into my brain, this specific scene from this movie. Which famous characters battle over pianos in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Which famous characters battle over pianos in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? For 2 points. You get 1 point for each correct character. Louisa said that Craig's comment about Travelodge Wi-Fi is worse than no Wi-Fi is the Travelodge new tagline. I mean, I don't even think Travelodge need to market themselves, do they? It's just the cheapest. It's not even the cheapest. You know, sometimes I'll stay in Easy Hotel, which is usually very cheap. Ironically, the Wi-Fi is really good in Easy Hotels. You have to pay for everything extra. If you want a pillow, it's an extra £5. It's not. It's by the same company as EasyJet. Steve says, hope you're all well. Have fun with the quiz. Thanks, Steve. It's going okay, I think. I'm looking forward to seeing what these scores are like. I never know. Sometimes people are like, it's way too tough, and then they do really well score-wise. And then other times people are like, this is easy, and then they do terribly. We never know until the end. Which famous characters battle over pianos in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? For 2 points. Question 9. I do wonder what the neighbors of the neighboring rooms think is going on, because I definitely talk loud. Michelle tells me that when she's in the other room when I'm doing stuff online. Alison says, we've got a few questions to catch up on. Was late joining the quiz as I took my daughter to get uni stuff earlier. I'm just getting over the headache it gave me. That's a shame. Well, what kind of stuff for uni did you have to get her? I can't even remember when I went to university what I needed. Bedding, clothes, computer, that kind of stuff. My university messed up big time. So when I went to go, I stayed in halls in the first year in Newport, the International Film School of Wales, and they'd oversold all of the rooms. So I had to share a room with 5 guys. I paid for an individual room. They gave me some discount eventually, but I had to share. They put bunk beds in the living room of halls, and we all had to stay there because there was too many students. They messed up. But what interesting though, what happened is when a student would drop out, because it happened all the time in the first few months, like students would drop out for various different reasons, and then like one by one we all moved out of the room, and everyone was like, oh, who should we go, like, should we draw straws? I was like, no, you guys go, it's fine, it's okay, I'll stick around. Because by the end of it, I was the last one left in the room, and I had the entire living room to myself. It was the biggest room in halls. So I had that for a couple of weeks before they insisted I move out and go to a smaller room. But they did give me some discount back, which I'm sure went on, stuff to help me on my course in university. Question 10. It is the pictures round. Name the 4 actors my face is going to be obscuring. And for a bonus point, who is the odd one out of the 4? and why. All right, so you tell me the 4 actors, write them down on your paper. You get 1 point for each correct actor that I'm obscuring with my face. And for a bonus point, tell me who is the odd one out and why. So I have cut out their faces like a serial killer. I'm going to put them up on the screen and put my face in there, and hopefully it kind of fits. It's difficult for me to see it. And you write down the actors and then tell me, figure out what is the common connection between them. So in which case, who is the odd one out and why. Here is the first one. It was pointless me leaving the mustache on, really, but here we go. Well, there you have it. I have a larger mustache than this character. It's interesting to learn. Maybe he's just further away. Really big forehead. And he's leaning forward like this. There we go. So who is this actor? Write it down on your paper. If you're playing the drinking game at home, maybe milk was a bad choice. So that's actor number 1. Here is actor number 2. That looks really creepy. I gotta go further back now for this one. He's got a long face. Who is this actor? I don't know if that's very easy. Maybe it'd be easier if you could see his hair a bit better. Let me pull him down a bit. Who is this actor? Write it down on your paper. And I'm going to figure out who is the odd one out of these. That's actor number 2. Here's the third one coming up. This is always fun to try and fit my head into flipping glasses as well. Where is he facing? This way. Head is tilted this way. Actor number 3 here. I don't like that tie, or the jacket actually. Glass is quite good. Actor number 3, and finally actor number 4. This is a pain. How did actor number 4 here playing a part is major weakness is clearly a receding hairline. Strong jaw though. So that is actor number 4. There you have it, 4 actors. Tell me the names of the actors. Figure out who is the odd one out and why. Craig says suits me. I don't know which one was on the screen at the time. Steph says Wales has an international film school. It used to, then it closed down. And now it's where they film the Netflix television show Sex Education. It's the high school for that. Used to be a very prestigious school. It's all material, Ignacio. Yeah, I know, man. Totally, I write it all down. Oh my word, thought my daughter's friend having to share a B&B room in the first year in uni was bad. No, it's 5 guys in one. It was intense. I tried to post my picture on Twitter and it wouldn't. Is it explicit, the picture of the road that you've drawn? Whoa, Ignacio with a mustache, says Kim. Weird, right? Oh my God, I've been missing out on these quizzes. Rosanna, yeah, absolutely. Join in every time. It's lots of fun. We have a mess around. It's different every time depending on where I am, whether the internet works, what day of the week it is, how much people are drinking. A hint of Michael Gove in number 3. Oh no, that's not good. I'm sure this actor won't be very impressed as well. I doubt the actor's heard of Michael Gove, to be fair. All right, so those are your questions. Let me give you a recap of the questions, and then we can move on with the answers. Here they're going to pop up on the screen. Very small writing. Can I even read that? Yes. I need those glasses from actor number 3. Question 1. 4 of the 5 tallest buildings in Europe are found in which capital city? Bonus. How many toilet rolls would you need to stack up the height of all 4 buildings combined? If you don't know, a standard toilet roll is 10 centimeters tall. That is the measurement we started in the first lockdown, and we've maintained it ever since. Question 2. What popular action figure is technically named after a pigeon? There's an action figure named after a pigeon. Question 3. Native to South America, what is the world's largest living rodent? Bonus, draw one with your eyes closed. You should have a nice drawing on your paper. If you've taken a picture of it, stuck it up on Instagram or Twitter, you get a bonus 10 points as long as it's got hashtag Lopez Quiz. You get 1 point just for attempting the drawing. So have a go. It's always worth a shot. Question 4. A solemn biblical expression, a British TV show, and the most expensive music video ever made at the time. 3 words. Name the 1980 #1 single and the artist. 2 points. Question 5. To which artist does the alter ego Sasha Fierce belong? To which artist does the alter ego Sasha Fierce belong? Bonus, in which year was Sasha revealed? In which year was Sasha revealed? Question 6. What is Gary and Phil Neville's father's name? And also, I forgot her name already. Tracy Neville, is that right? Can't believe I've forgotten it already. It's because I don't follow netball, right? That's my reason. To which artist does the alter ask that one? What is Gary and Phil Neville's father's name? And Tracy Neville, I think. What is a turkey in bowling? What is a turkey in bowling? It is a sporting term. I think it's applied to some other sports as well, but it originated in bowling. What is a turkey in bowling? Question 8. What Martin Scorsese movie holds the all-time record for F-bombs? F-bombs, the F word. It's got a lot of F-bombs in it. Bonus, how many times? All right, how many times is the F word used in that film? There will be a margin of error. Don't worry, it'll come up with the answers. Question 9. Which famous characters battle it over pianos in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Which famous characters battle over pianos in Who Framed Roger Rabbit? 2 points. You get 1 point for each correct character. This is terrible, says Ray. I have no idea what the answer is to 5 of the questions. I suspect I'm not getting the winner's trophy this week. You know there's no trophy, Ray. It's just pride. We play it for pride and to learn extra information and useless trivia to take to other future quizzes in the real world. Question 10. Name the 4 actors my face was obscuring. So you should have 4 actors written down on your sheet. Just guess if you don't know. And if you can tell me as well who is the odd one out and why, you get a bonus. You get bonus points for that as well. So 1 point for each correct actor's name, 1 point for telling me who the odd one out is, and another point for telling me why. So those are your questions. We're gonna write down the answers now, so you should all have them all written out. Garrett says, I missed it, got it. Don't sweat, man. We do it every week. Sometimes it's on a different day, like today it's on a Sunday, usually it's on a Saturday. But I was darting between 2 gigs yesterday. I was doing a gig in Middlesbrough and Saltburn, which were lots of fun, both of them. Saltburn was in I rocked up and it looked like a church, but it was a theater. It's a really cool independent theater. What's a winner's trophy, says Wayne. Absolutely. It's a golden piñata, if anyone's wondering. It's a golden piñata. Don't tell Alan. So those were the questions. Let's hit you with the answers. Let's do this. Let's find out what the answers are. Question 1. The 4 of the tallest buildings in Europe are all in the capital city of Moscow. They're all in Moscow. Where on earth is Saltburn, asks Ali. Saltburn is pretty close to Middlesbrough. It's just further to the coast. Small little town. I'd never heard of it until I got booked for it. That's how I find out about most British towns, to be honest. I'm like, what's Birmingham? And then I go there. And now I know. No, I actually went to Birmingham before I was a comedian. I went to see Nine Inch Nails in Birmingham. That's also how I used to find out about towns in the UK. I just followed Nine Inch Nails on tour. Question 1, the answer is Moscow. And how many toilet rolls tall would you need? How many would you need to stack up to combine all of those 4 buildings? The answer is 14,116 toilet rolls. 14,116 toilet rolls. I've given you a margin of error of 1,000, so you can answer anywhere from 13,116 all the way up to 15,116 toilet rolls. That's a lot of toilet rolls. 1,000 toilet rolls. That's at least 1 week's worth in a trolley in lockdown 1. All right, Moscow. And 14,116 toilet rolls for 2 points. Yes, we're off to a good start, says Rosalind. I think we may have peaked too soon. I got an agreement with Ig. He will keep the quiz going until I win. Happy 50th birthday. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm not doing a quiz on my 50th though. No way. I'm going to go. I don't know. I haven't decided. It's a good 15 years away. So we'll decide what happens. Moscow and 14,116 toilet rolls. Question 2. There's an action figure named after the pigeon. Okay, after a pigeon. It is, of course, Action Pigeon. Action Pigeon. We all know Action Pigeon from those adverts when we were kids. Action Pigeon, the actioniest pigeon of them all. No, the answer is G.I. Joe. Okay, G.I. Joe is the answer. Apparently, there was a pigeon that saved a bunch of Allied lives in World War II. When it delivered a message that a town in Italy had already been captured, so they didn't bomb it. And that pigeon's name was G.I. Joe. And somebody read it, they made a movie about it, and they named an action figure after the pigeon. G.I. Joe, named after a pigeon. I think they should go back to the roots. I think the next G.I. Joe movie should just be entirely pigeons. I think that would be fantastic. The bad guy can be a seagull because I hate those things. What is the largest rodent in the world? Okay, native to South America. Largest rodent in the world is a capybara. Capybara. Native to South America, capybara. G.I. Joe. I went with Pigeon Man, says Luis. Na 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 Pigeon Man. Storm guessed G.I. Joe. Congratulations, you got it. Every day is a school day, says Rosalind. I know, I like learning stuff like this for no reason whatsoever. I might write some material about it, might write some jokes about G.I. Pigeon. G.I. Pigeon Joe. It sounds like such a classic American name, doesn't it? G.I. Joe. So capybara was the name. Oh, remember, you get 1 point for drawing it as well with your eyes closed. So 1 point for capybara, 1 point for drawing it with your eyes closed, and an additional 10 points if you stuck it up on Instagram or Twitter, hashtag Lopez Quiz. It's not too late to do that. You can still take up your drawing for everyone to see. Question 4, a solemn biblical expression, a British television show, and what was the last one? I can't remember what the last thing was. It's also a 1980 hit single called Ashes to Ashes by David Bowie. That's the answer I was looking for. 2 points. 1 point for Ashes to Ashes and another for David Bowie. Most expensive music video ever made at the time. I don't know how much that was, but I'll have to look it up later. I went with Penguin, said Ali, for the action figure. Oh no, you mean for the South American rodent? You went with the penguin. Yep, that typical rodent, the penguin. Who still has Pigeon Man lunchboxes? I want a backpack with Pigeon Man on it. I know, I should have asked you to slow up on the water. Ali, don't sweat it, it's all right. It's just a bit of silliness, a bit of fun. But you should, what's nice is look at your sheet tomorrow, the piece of paper that you've written stuff down on, you'll be like, what was I thinking? What was going on there? Ashes to Ashes, David Bowie. That's the answer to question 4. Sasha Fierce for question 5 is the alter ego of Beyonce. Beyonce in 2008 revealed her alter ego that she'd created, a bit like kind of David Bowie, like a character, whatever, called Sasha Fierce. All right, so the answer is Beyonce and 2008. 1 point for Beyonce, 1 point for the year. So not Like a Prayer by Madonna then. No, because that's a great guess, Jamie, but the answer is Ashes to Ashes, my friend. I do apologize. I get it. That question caused my brain to short circuit. I was out until 2 a.m. last night. It's good to hear, Roslyn. I mean, I hope you're having fun. I hope you weren't just lost looking for your way home. Anyone remember the old Stop the Pigeon cartoon? Dick Dastardly and Muttley tried to stop the pigeon every week in their creaky WW1 airplanes, World War I airplanes. I wonder if there are any action figures of them and the pigeon. There might be, but the answer I was looking for was G.I. Joe. Don't try and talk your way into a different answer now, okay? I thought it was 3 separate one-word answers. Oh, I'm sorry if I messed that one up. Not Amen, EastEnders, bad then. Sorry, folks. No, I was looking for ashes to ashes. Maybe I didn't word the question correctly, but we've all learned something today. 1, I need to be clearer. And 2, you all need to be smarter. All right, we'll figure it out. At some point, we're gonna do this. I'm sorry, guys. If that's the case, I mean, I can't do anything about it. You're not getting a point, but I appreciate that this is on me. I'll deduct 1 point from myself. How does that sound? Question 6. Gary Neville, Tracy Neville, and Phil Neville's father. What is his name? I'm not making this up. I had to double check it. I thought somebody was pulling my leg. Neville. The dude's name is Neville. Neville say Neville. Neville. I can't believe it. What were his parents thinking? You know what's happened there. The father has to fill out the form, back then in the hospital. You pop it down. Surname, first name. It's like, you're not going to believe what I've done. What have you done? I put my surname down as his first name. Well, just cross it out and start. It's an official document, okay? This is gonna go down for the rest of his life. Just put Neville down again. That's not gonna work. It's just Neville. That's his name from then on. That's what he's gonna live for. I was gonna say Neville for a joke, says Craig. He's unbelievable, isn't it? Neville was his actual name. It's no wonder he was imaginative when he was coming up with his kids' names. Tracy, Gary, and Phil. Do I get a point for Daddy Neville? No, you don't. The answer I was looking for was Neville. Some parents just lack imagination. It's a serious lack of imagination there. Maybe it was a long, labor. Maybe it was a long birth. By the end of it, they're just so tired. There's just Neville. I don't care. Just Neville. Let's get home. This car park's going to cost us a fortune. Question 7. What is a turkey in bowling? It is 3 consecutive strikes. 3 consecutive strikes. If only they have a sister named Peppa. I thought it was stop, but it was maybe 40, 60 years ago, so could have been catch. Mind you, I watched both Cat and Boss Cat, so Top Cat and Boss Cat. Catch the Pigeon. I can't remember I thought it was Catch the Pigeon, but maybe it was Stop the Pigeon. I remember the song. They play the theme tune on the radio sometimes, but we've moved on now. 3 consecutive strikes. That's what a turkey is in bowling. 3 consecutive strikes. If you're lucky enough to get one, you get an additional ball right at the end. 3 consecutive strikes. You got it? What's his middle name? Says Mike. I think it's Say. I think it's Neville. Say Neville. I don't know if he's got one. Can you imagine the pain on the parents having to come up with a middle name if they couldn't even come up with a first name? What's his name? Just put Neville down. Do you want to put a middle name? No, I don't want to put a middle name. Just let's get out of here. All right, let's go home. It's been a long day. Got to take Neville back so we can see the house for the first time. Where do you live? Street. I live on Street. Question 8. The movie directed by Martin Scorsese with the most F-bombs in film history is Wolf of Wall Street, okay? I mean, I know that there's a lot of F-bombs in Goodfellas and The Departed, but Wolf of Wall Street has the record for the most F-bombs ever in cinema. How many? I will accept any answer, and the reason for this is because there's been 2 official counts by 2 different publications, 2 different newspapers. I will accept anywhere from 544 all the way up to 569, okay? That is a lot of swear words. I can't even remember what the runtime is now, but I'm pretty sure that's a minimum of 2 swear words, 2 F-bombs a minute. Which doesn't sound much, because you can say it more than that in a minute, but over the length of an entire film, there's not even dialogue over some of that movie, right? It's just songs and montages of terrible behavior. Wolf of Wall Street, and I'll accept anywhere from 544 to 569 F-bombs. That's a lot of F-bombs. Lives in Neville, Neverland. We went to my husband's works bowling night last night and someone actually got the turkey. Well done. I hope you got the question right then in that case. Is there a name for 3 consecutive gutter balls? That's my usual score. Just gutter, isn't it? Just cut it. Maybe it's stuffed turkey. Oh, yes, Mike's actually said stuffed turkey. Bravo. Very well done. Got there before me. I went with Goodfellas. I would have guessed Goodfellas, to be honest, because of the swear. But yeah, the answer is Wolf of Wall Street. A lot of debauchery in that film. Question 9. 2 famous characters. They battle it out over piano in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It's one of my favorite scenes in the film. It is Daffy Duck and Donald Duck. I can remember the song very well as well. I'm going to try and learn it on the piano. Great song, great tune, great scene. Great to see them beat the living heck out of one another. Classic is what cartoons used to be, right? Super violent, you know? That's what Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons are parodying. Storm City Gangs of New York. Again, lots of, more of a violent film, I think, than swearing, but there's definitely some swears in there too. Daffy Duck and Donald Duck. Those are the 2 characters that battle it out over pianos. They have a piano duel in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Love Roger Rabbit. I know, me too. I'm glad that they haven't remade it. I would be crushed, I think, if they remade it. I don't want to see. I'd like to see Roger appear in another film. I think that would be quite cool. But I think it's a perfect movie. I like it so much. Question 9. And then finally, question 10. So the actors that my face was covering, that I was fitting in like an old fairground, kind of poke your face through, picture the scene. Question 10. These are the actors that came up. This isn't the right order, by the way. I'll say them in the order, but I haven't written them out in the right order. Will Ferrell was the first one. There he was in his role in Anchorman. Then we had Benedict Cumberbatch was the second one. Benedict Cumberbatch. Then it was Robert Downey Jr. And finally Henry Cavill. Okay, Henry Cavill. Will Ferrell, Robert Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, and Henry Cavill were the 4 actors I was looking for. And what is the connection? And who is the odd one out? Benedict Cumberbatch is the odd one out because he's got a stupid name. It's a stupid name. No, that's not the answer. The reason Benedict Cumberbatch is the odd one out, but he is the only one. They've all played Sherlock Holmes. He's the only one who hasn't done it in a feature-length film. That is the answer. So he did it in the television show, in the BBC TV series. So they've all played Sherlock Holmes in movies, except Benedict Cumberbatch, who played it in the BBC series. So those are the actors I'm looking for. Will Ferrell, Robert Downey Jr., Benedict Cumberbatch, and Henry Cavill. They've all played Sherlock Holmes. In their vegetarian word for 3 strikes, asking for a friend. I mean, probably. What I know that like fake, like vegan turkey is like tofurkey. There we go. Tofu and turkey. Tofurkey. The general connection between all of them is that they've all played Sherlock Holmes. They've all played the character of Sherlock Holmes, except for his name. It's not a terrible name. It's just an unusual one. So, he's super posh as well, isn't it? Super posh. All right, yeah, total up your scores, folks. I'm going to put up the answers on the screen. Here we go. These are the answers I'm looking for. How many in total could you get? So it's 2, 3, 15, 17, 19, 20, 21, 23, 25, 31 points in total available. Benedict Cumberbatch is Engelbert Humperdinck. I couldn't even do it. Couldn't even finish it myself. Drink lots. Yeah, I'm sorry it keeps dropping out. If it does, Craig has swung in. First time playing. He did get that 1 bonus point for COVID. 22 points for Craig. You just smashed it, mate. Just rocked up on your first time. Beginner's luck. You like that the tennis player from yesterday. Emma, what was it? I don't know her surname. Romanian surname. Bravo. First time winner. Forgot to get a drink. Now I have some catching up to do now. 10 for Bruce Lee bonus. Well done. 19 out of 31. That's a great score, Rosalind. Look, any other day that would have been a winning score, folks. But, we've got Craig has swung in with his 22 points. Bravo. Would be 7 without the capybara picture, which should be on my... If you post it up... Oh, I just received a text message, which I hope hasn't... This is a nightmare. I'm not gonna do it like this again. This is very stressful. Keeps getting messages up on my phone. Yeah, get it up on Twitter. It's not too late. If you have done a drawing, I would love to see it. Hope you've all enjoyed the quiz. I managed to do it in an hour. Excellent. I've got to have a shower now. Get ready for my show. Got to be over there in 1 hour. It's a short walk, but I want to get ready and prepare. Get in there, have a drink, relax. Let the audience filter in. If you're in the vicinity, if you're in London, the show doesn't start for 2 hours. So you have actually got time to catch the show. If you want to, jump on a tube, grab an Uber, whatever you need to do. Grab your bike. I think you can chain it up outside the venue. Come on down, Backyard Comedy Club. It's a big venue. There's still some room. Would love to see you there. I'm doing my tour show in London tonight. Very excited. Thank you for joining the quiz. Thank you for people who've been with it since the start of lockdown 1. I know we're not technically in a lockdown anymore, but it's still kind of, some people don't care that there's a pandemic. I do. I'm trying to keep safe, sanitizing and stuff, wearing a mask where I can. Look after one another. Stay safe. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in freshly as well. If this is your first time, hope to see you all again next week. I don't know what day it's going to be, to be honest. I'm definitely gigging again next Saturday, so I'll figure it out. All right, I'll find out what's going on and where I am and probably let you know the day before or on the day or something. But thank you once again for joining in. If you would like to tip me, perfectly, it's free to play. But if you have enjoyed this and you had a good afternoon / evening, and it's taken your mind off some other rubbish, then you can tip me the price of a coffee over on my coffee page. The link is going to come up on the screen very shortly, unless the tech fails and the internet goes and all of this was for nothing. But thank you very much for playing, and I will catch you all next week. I'm going to have a great show tonight. Take care. Ciao. Gracias.